Welcome to the Lion's Den. Let's go. Let's go.
I bought a God is Dope shirt and I wore it, I think over the weekend. And I know why them church shirts are so cheap, bro. I had a hole in my shirt as soon as I bought it.
Yeah, it's not the best quality. It's not the best quality material.
For sure.
But it's cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
like the one I have on right
Yeah.
here, it cost me $2 plus whatever, $3 shipping, and
Yeah,
you can definitely
that's what
feel
I'm
it's not the best material. You know what I'm saying? Like you can buy, and it's kind of outrageous. Sometimes you look at
That
some of
part.
these shirts that are like $30 or whatever, right? $35. Like, yo, that's hella expensive. But then I actually purchased a shirt that was around $35, and I got it, and now I know why it's $35. It's like real soft cotton, but good quality. So yeah, to your point, yeah, man, these shirts probably not the best material, but it's cool. It's a cool trademark. You know what I'm saying?
Mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I was just
statement.
like, wow.
I will say though, hey, you be getting the text messages and stuff like every other day, right? We're like, hey, new drop. You don't get those?
I'm not too sure if I do it now. I don't. No.
Oh, you didn't use
I don't know.
Promo code. I use a promo code, so every time there's like a new release or something I get. But it's like, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, it's the same design, just a different color. I'm like, man,
right.
I can only buy so many of these. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. I got another one that I got. Maybe I'll rock that. But I mean, I was just kind of low key upset because I literally just bought that shirt and it was a holy moly. I mean, it's on the back, so it's not super duper noticeable, but still.
Dude, that's still. Like I mean, how big's the hole though? How big's the hole?
It's notice. I mean, it's not. You got to be up close, but it looks like it's a run. Like remember the old school stocking runs?
Yeah. Okay.
Running pantyhoses. It looks like that. So that's what made it even more like.
The main thing is you notice it, and that's all that matters.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So, yeah. So, anywho,
welcome to the
podcast.
Hey, you just took the thoughts right out of my head, bro.
Money Compton, Michael.
The podcast. Yup. We are on deck. 2-week break. Life's been exhausting, but we back. Life's still exhausting, but we made it work today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It is very exhausting. So lots of work. And I ain't talking about Rihanna. So
nope. But that's the soundtrack of our lives right now.
Okay.
Oh, it's a hot toddy. Hot toddy, man. It's okay. So I got my spiced rum. Then I have my lemon juice. Then I have a little bit of honey, and put that all in a boiling cup of hot water, and it's delicious.
Okay. It's not my thing, but okay.
It's not. It's like
I don't really like too many hot drinks, so there's that.
Yeah, well, this is more like it's like comforting, especially like at night. It's kind of like a warm drink, and it does help. Like if you have like a sore throat or something like that, it helps soothe it a little bit.
Right. I've heard that before.
I had a sore throat a few days ago, dealing with like congestion, common cold. Of course, they're COVID-like symptoms, so it freaked me out for a few days. But yeah, it's just a common cold, and yeah, man, the one day my throat was kind of sore. It wasn't that bad. It was like a 2 out of 10, but nonetheless, you can tell the difference, right? And I made one of these. Yo, it helped so much. I'm not even gonna lie. It's better than damn medicine. It is medicine. Let's say that.
Okay. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. So, what we got on tap on the show today?
We got a lot of stuff, dude. We can talk about whatever, man. I want to, man. What's been going on, man? Just a lot of work for me. Hell,
something about notifications. You asked me about notifications.
Oh,
you turned off your notifications.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. It's so one thing that I noticed. Well, it's common nowadays, right? You go on your Twitter timeline, Facebook timeline, whatever. You see a post up, multiple comments. You go on there. What do you see usually in the comment section?
Something stupid.
Something stupid, trolling, insult, cyberbullying, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that, you know?
Right.
And yeah, it kind of got to me, right? Like just indulging in it, focusing on it, and just relying so much. Like once like a Facebook notification pops up on my phone, guess what I'm doing? Boop, right? And I'm looking at it. And it's just kind of
Right.
consuming, you know what I'm saying? Consumed a lot of your focus. So what I did for like a few weeks, just like 2 weeks, I think. I turned off. I mean, some people go extreme and they just get rid of the app. They get rid of the Facebook app, Twitter app, whatever, Instagram app, whatever. They get rid of it, period.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just log in
Mm-hmm.
on the browser when they want to. So for me, I'm like, nah, man, that's too much trouble. So what I did, I just turned off notifications. So we both on the iPhone, so I turned off the pop-up notifications, and I also turned off like when you get the red bubble and it has a number of how many notifications you have on an app, you know what I'm saying? I took that off.
Yeah.
I took it all off. So I still had it. And then what's cool now with the iPhone is just because you remove an icon or an app off of the home screen doesn't delete the actual app. So I actually don't even have the app on the home screen. So whenever I want to look at it, I just kind of go to the app and look when I want. And the reason I did it is because just a lot of mental, man. Like just watching, just going on, seeing how something, a post is up, and there's just people just bickering at each other, a lot of cyberbullying, not directly to me at times. Sometimes there was, and everyone's always looking for a debate, but yeah, it's always something negative in there. And then also, not gonna lie, man, you go look at your Instagram, Facebook timeline, you get that FOMO, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you compare, like, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. Like, I'll compare, like, oh man, I wish I was doing that, or I wish I was in that position, whatever, stuff like that. So it's kind of it's annoying. So I was kind of conditioning myself to not really focus on that type of thing. So I'm still on social media and whatnot, but I'm just not like, what's the word, just drawn to it as much, like, hey, okay, yeah, there's notifications, cool, I'll look at it, but it's not something that I'm gonna just jump on right away. And then it allows me to, and not only that, there's a lot of negative news, right? COVID news. Hey, numbers are going up. This is when the time where like the numbers are going up, blah 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 blah. And I got that, like, oh, this person got COVID. Oh, this person had the vaccine, but they got COVID and they died. I didn't want to. I couldn't, after a while, I'm like, dude, this is getting depressing. It's freaking me out mentally. Like every little issue, I might have a little sniffle here and there. I might go, oh no, So I just tried to keep myself away from it as much as possible, but still stay connected because I do use it as a way to connect with friends and family. So that's what I've been up to, and I've been doing that for months now at this point.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it, and I don't know. I don't know how that translates with me, but shout out to you. And cyberbullying and all that stuff that you said, it's real.
It's not even like, and the thing is, it's not even like directly towards me. I just feel so bad when I see it going on, so
right. I feel it. No, I know what you mean.
Sometimes I need a break. Some people, like, I know someone that like took it off completely, like uninstalled the app for like a month and just didn't even look at it. And God bless them. I'm not doing that. Like I can't, like, I gotta at least stay updated with, like, for example, we got this UFC card coming up this weekend. I want to stay informed on like different news that comes out, things like that. So yeah, it's been actually, I will say, like, just to come to a conclusion on what I'm doing, I do see a benefit. Like, me personally, like, it's helped me a lot. It actually kept my screen time lower too, so that's always good.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it can be distracting at work too. So a lot of different things.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that. I was in an interesting training today, and I'm actually back at work 3 days out of the week for sure. 3 days out of the week, and so it's a real skeleton crew on campus. So I attended a training, and it was cool. Socially distanced, still about, I would probably say not even 6 feet. We're probably like 15 feet away from each other. But it was a 4-hour training. It was just me and this dude. And like the thought of how we're so attached to our cell phones, whether it's not even just looking online, but checking your text messages, reading your emails and stuff like that. Like, you know, and it's easier to kind of do it when you're in a group setting type of training where there's like a whole bunch of people in it, but it's literally just you and this dude locked up in a room, you know, for 4 hours. It's, you know, you don't want to disrespect the guy, because I would have felt some type of way if like I'm out on my phone and it looks like I may be listening, but I'm over here, you know, on social media, on Instagram, looking at big booty girls or something like that, and while this dude's just popping off about radiation safety and stuff like that. So, you know, for me today, it was like for 4 hours, not even being able to like be connected, quote unquote, or be around my phone was, you know, it was tough, you know, but
it felt
also
good,
it was
though,
kind of
huh?
just like,
What do you think? Did it feel
yeah,
kind of
it was
good?
kind of, it felt good. If it was like a training that was actually more relative to what I needed, then yeah, I would have felt a little bit more engaged or more with it. But you know, for 4 hours not having really connected or anything like that, it was like, well, dang, like I can't tell you when's the last time I really wasn't around my phone for 4 hours, you know. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that, and you know, it's tough. For me personally, it depends. Do I entertain the trolling, or do I entertain even some of the comments? And I've gotten to the point where I pick and choose who I want to speak to, or who I pick and choose who I want to have conversations with, as opposed to the ones, whatever the subject is. And I have another podcast where it's you know, we talk about a lot of different types of sports, and there's Germain in the background and his dun-dun-duns. There you go. Good night, my man. 50 grand.
And boxers,
Oh,
I had to
man,
cover
we got a guest
with my hands.
Yeah, we got a guest appearance in the dun-dun-duns. But you know, it's it's interesting. You know, for me, I kind of just pick and choose who I want to entertain, and just leave it at that. I don't really think nothing too much of it, and I just leave it at that. But I mean, everyone has their own ways of coping things, and yeah, you can't get sucked into that hole where you have FOMO, or you just like, well, dang, what's he doing? Or, you know, do you want to go travel, or are you seeing somebody with the latest and greatest, fill in the blanks? It could be anything. But you know, it's all how people cope with it and handle it. And I think here we are embarking up on literally 1 year for a lot of us that have been working from home, or probably have been at that 1 year.
It's been a year. It's been a year for me. Been a year and half a month.
I would have said March 15th would have made a year for me, but I just went back on campus February 16th. So,
okay, when you first went back,
barely just made it.
How was it? How did it feel when you got back on campus for the first time?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I was geeked up. Like I was happy to actually like have interactions, see people. You know, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but the department that I was in, it was a lot of animosity. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I was burnt out. I was ready to go. And there was a lot of political stuff that ended up happening where I ended up having to stay an additional 2 weeks after I put in my 2 weeks.
So you put in a 1 month notice.
Yeah, pretty much. Put a 1 month notice in based off of some pretense type of phony baloney excuse on why they needed to keep me for another 2 weeks. So it was so when I got to campus and they were like, hey, you're going to be on campus 3 days out of the week, you know, they were kind of like waiting for me to kind of say something, but I was like, yo, I'm happy to just get out of where I was at. I'm happy to have human interaction. So I'm not gonna lie, when I go to work, like the commute, like I forgot about the commute because I had literally just moved, I literally just moved to my current place right before the pandemic began. Like I probably was just living in my house probably like a solid 3 weeks before the pandemic broke out. So I really didn't even know like how the commute was. So, you know, just getting in the car, commuting to work and stuff like that. Like my first day back, I was geeked up. Like I was like, man, bought the crew, donuts, came in there, you know, trying to just happy to be around people, you know, and it was just cool to do that. And just even then, everyone was still super duper conscious, you know, with social distancing. Like I have my own office, but people won't come in my office. They'll stand at the door and talk, and we'll put on our masks and stuff like that, even though a majority of us have actually been fully vaccinated at work. Not that it's mandatory for us to return or anything, but it was offered to us, and a lot of us, all different types of demographics. You got old people, you got young people who've kind of chosen to do it, and it's neither here or there. So even with people fully vaccinated, we still try to be mindful of hey, it's kind of like an unwritten rule. You kind of just stand at the dude's door, you stand at the door threshold and you kind of just have a conversation. So it's not even really like it's not like a policy or anything like that. It's just kind of like it's almost kind of like common courtesy at this point. And, you just kind of respect everyone's wishes and you kind of try to be delicate with how people feel about it. So it's been dope. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'd be happy as heck to come back to work, man.
Man, I'm
But I'm
on
not
the
gonna lie, like,
pilot group to go back, to be the first group to go back. But our CEO said, hey, probably not going to be going back at minimum until June, which I'm cool with. But I'm on the pilot group to have the flexibility to go back in the office if I wanted to. And
right.
that excites me in a way. But then also, I think about it, man, I like chilling at home, man. It's kind of cool.
Bro,
Like,
them 2 days that I'm home, it's interesting. They asked me what did my schedule want to be? And I was like, man, that's a loaded question right there. They were like, you got to be on campus 2 days out of the week. You and your coworker got to be there 2 days out of the week with each other. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And his work schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I was like, okay, so that means the two of us have to be there 2 days out of the 5 days. Why don't you just give me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? And I just take Monday and Friday off.
yeah.
And they were like, I don't know about that one. I was like, well, you asked, that's 2 days. That's covering our what you asked for.
3 days. Yeah.
And they were like, we don't know about that one. So I said, okay, I'll meet you halfway. I said, how about I come in the office Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm off Monday and Wednesday, or I work from home Monday and Wednesday. But I'm not gonna lie, that Wednesday working from home this is my third week, has been so clutch. So like, I've always hated Wednesdays. Just like Wednesdays is just always the crappiest day because you're literally dead smack in the middle of the week. 2 days in, 2 days coming out. So that midpoint break for me on Wednesday, it's such a sigh of relief where I can sleep in. I can kind of take my time. I can, set up shop here and kind of just work at my own pace. Like, it's been super duper like rewarding. So I'm actually even more happier with me having Wednesday off more than like a Monday or a Friday off. So that's been dope. But yeah, I would say, depends on who you are. If you're like a social butterfly, I mean, you probably got ants in the pants and you're ready to come back to work. But if not, I mean, you kind of just chilling at the house too. So I don't know. But me personally,
I work way more at home though. I'll say that much. I work way more when I'm just by design, because I don't have I do commute because I drop my son off and pick him up from school. But by design, I got to leave work at a certain time if I'm in the office to commute home. Right. So here, computer's right here. I'm just working. The other day I worked till midnight, from like 9 to midnight, just to get some things out of the way. It's super busy right now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to go back in, but I like the flexibility of just going in when I want to. But at the same time, the pilot group I'm in, I'm the only one in the office that's on that pilot group. So if I go back in the office, it'll just be me. So it's really no point.
Yeah, that's kind of, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not cool. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I would probably say there's like in our office is like rotating. Like I'd probably say Fridays is really like ghost town in my office. It's probably about Friday afternoon. It'd be looking like maybe 4 or 5 people in there. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, the days that I'm there, it's a little bit more foot traffic. But that Friday, it's ghost town, bro. So
yeah,
the couple of days that I've worked there, I'll be popping smoke at I'll be dipsetting like 2. It's interesting. My new department, I'm working harder. It's a lot more work, but for some reason, a lot of the man hours have like scaled back. So the days that I'm there, I'm probably showing up 7:30, 8 o'clock ish, and I'm out the door by like 2:30, 3 o'clock most days. So, but it's a lot going on within those hours that I'm working. So, but for the most part, it's been dope, man. Like I'm not mad or anything that I'm back. And from what I'm hearing, that it's probably not going to be normal until the end of this year. But I think the way UNLV's set up, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to go back to normal learning this fall semester. Like I would be shocked if they kind of go back to like a hybrid learning phase, but we'll see. But
here's the real good question. So now that you're back on campus, you guys are masking up or are you Texasing it?
Oh hell no, we ain't Texasing it at all. We out here like we masked up, bro. Like you can actually get like
Fine.
somebody can like call a hotline and you can get snitched on and be like, yo,
Oh, you can get
saw
6ix9ine
Eric
on.
down the hall.
Ah,
Yeah, you can get snitched on. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, does it happen? No, not really. But people initially was like, I hear straight 6ix9ine and folks and was like, yo, Eric ain't wearing his mask or blah, 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 blah. But I wear it just to be on the safe side. Like, not on the safe side, but just out of respect for somebody else. You just don't know how somebody may, I don't want somebody to flash on me like, oh, why don't you?
We're going to probably wear it forever. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people do.
I posted it on social. I posted something on social media and I said, today, or with the announcement of Texas basically going back to normal is what it sounds like to me. No mask required 100%. Yeah, so I said all these other countries are going to mandate us to get vaccinated if you want to travel into the countries. That's what it's going to lead to. So, because you got to think about it, when when people were able to go to Cuba, you need to get some sort of vaccine. So, and that's what the Cuban government was mandating for people to come to their establishment, to their country. So it's easy. Like American can say you don't have to get vaccinated, but I'm pretty sure after seeing stuff like this, I'm pretty sure if like I was Japan or all these other different type of countries, I'd be like, yeah, y'all need to get vaccinated if y'all want to come out here and see us. So
supposedly, I mean, there'll be enough vaccines available for everyone to get it by the end of May. So that's cool.
See.
Hey, whenever it's available to the general public, I'm gonna jump on it. I'm not in a rush right now. I'm gonna let the people in that are on the priority get it first. I mean, I'm saying.
Yeah, I took my first dose last month, and I take my
which one did you take?
Moderna.
Oh yeah, my mom took that one. My close family friend took that one. So the second shot, they all felt something. It's a little grimy, but
I know some people who've taken the Moderna one and got knocked out off of it. But what a lot of people don't know is there's a Jedi mind trick to it. And the
sleep.
Jedi mind trick. No, it's not even sleep. Huh. You actually take some Tylenol before you go into there. So you take some Tylenol, also with some Mucinex, and you take it maybe like a couple of days before, and you keep taking it probably about a week after you're done with your shot, and you feel pretty good. I took Tylenol before my first shot, and I felt good. The only thing, my arm was a little sore, but I mean, it's no different from like an anthrax shot or a flu shot I've taken in the military. So I expected that, but outside of that, me feeling down or anything, I felt good. But I took Tylenol before and after, and I think I took it the next day. But this one, I'm definitely about to
load it up, man.
I'm about to load it up and probably do some Mucinex as well. So, but that's what the insider told me, who's a nurse, and I'm gonna try it. So
I'll tell you. I take their word for it.
Yeah, so I'll know in about a week or so to see how I feel. But I mean, outside of that, bro, I mean, it is what it is. But I got a question for you. Who you got in this UFC fight this weekend? This card, it's like one of the best stacked cards I've seen in a while. All
right, let's roll it up. Hold up. We got. All right, well, what we want to talk about? We want to just talk about the main card, the three title fights. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah.
All right. It's a stacked main card either way, actually. But yeah, we talking about the three. First one, we got Peter Yohn versus Germain Sterling. What do you think, man? You asked me the question, but I'm gonna ask you first. What you think?
I mean, Sterling's been on a nice little. He's been hot. I would double down on the Sterling stock.
Yeah, isn't he the underdog?
Yeah, he's.
No. It's even money right now, -110. Okay, they're both -110. So yeah.
So it's split.
Hey, I'm a little biased, dude. I got Eljo all day. Matt Serra's dude. Matt Serra's the homie. Yeah. So yeah, I mean a little biased, but at the same time, man, you look at Eljo's performances and yeah, dude,
they've been spectacular.
Yeah, and he has more ways to win. Like Peter Yohn, he's mainly a boxer, right?
He's a boxer,
so he's got hands, right? So he's got the superior boxing, probably. Yeah.
If I'm mistaken, his last fight was for the vacated strap
against Aldo. Was that the last fight?
Was it against Aldo? It was. I think you're right.
You know what? Let me check. I need to fact check this. And last fight was against Jose Aldo, He beat him via TKO punches in the 5th round.
Which he should have knocked him out in probably the 3rd or 4th, but I mean,
Prior to that, he
here or
beat
there.
Uriah Faber, head kick, KO, Jimmy Rivera, decision, Dodson, decision.
I mean, he's got some. He's solid. He's cool.
Yeah. No, he's good.
But
I mean, he's got a good record.
It was a
he's
vacated
champ
title, I think that's a Henry Cededo vacated strap, if I'm not mistaken, that he got.
Oh, Henry Cejudo? It
C belt.
was, yeah. It was the vacant.
It was a vacant, yeah. So
he's only lost one time. He's lost one time in his whole career. I mean, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 UFC fights, and he's undefeated in the UFC. He's lost one time by a split decision. Yeah,
he's straight.
I mean, just based off of that, he hasn't gotten knocked out before. He hasn't ever been submitted. So, Germain Sterling, he has the wrestling.
He's got
his
hands
pretty good
full.
Striking. He has really good jits on the ground. As you can tell, I mean, his last fight he fought what's his name? I can't pronounce his name. The dude from Denver, Sandhagen.
I think so.
Yeah, Sandhagen. Yeah. Let me get it right. Yeah, Sandhagen. I was right. Yep. Why am I second guessing? Yeah. So he submitted him in like real quick in the first round, real slick on the ground. So we'll see, man. Aljo got knocked out one time. I think is it one time? No, he got knocked out by a knee, Marlon Moraes, and then his other 2 losses are just split decision losses. So they could have went either way. So it's a very competitive matchup when you think of it.
Right.
So, but I got Aljo just because he's got so many more weapons, right? Like Peter Yan's a good striker, but Sterling got the wrestling and the jits, and he's got pretty decent striking too. So,
right.
So I got, man. I don't know when, but I don't know if it's gonna go long or you never know nowadays.
Right.
But that should be a banger. That might be fight of the night. Could
be easily. Yeah, I mean, this card's stacked, so I'm actually happy to see. I'm always down for a stack card. Then you got a
stack. Hey, yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Your girl Nunes, right, versus Megan Anderson, right? Nunes, as of right now, it says she's a minus
plus
112,
11, yeah,
50. What? And Megan's a plus 750. Hey, you want to put $100 down on Megan, man? You might come up with $750, bro.
It's not a bad bet. It's throw some money away.
It's not going to happen, but yeah.
Right. It's not a bad look.
The same thing with Holly Holm, right? Remember Holly Holm was a heavy underdog versus Ronda Rousey. Right. Somebody bet, I forgot how many grand on her, and he laughed straight to the bank. So there are those moments where it can happen. I can't see it happening because she's not better at anything than Nunes is. Nunes is better at every realm of MMA.
Aspect
I feel
of the game. Right.
The only thing she has is her
probably the
height, her length. That's about, I don't know.
I mean, she's probably the hottest ticket in MMA right now, male or female.
Yeah.
She's up there.
For sure. Her resume speaks for itself, and she's a double champ. So one thing that to consider yourself a GOAT, I think you got to probably step into different weight classes, not stay in just one. I feel like if you want to be pound for pound, I mean, it's called pound for pound. So if you go into different weight classes, I mean, you're taking over. I mean, obviously you're not going to go like super extreme, but
from bantamweight on.
Yeah, she's in bantam and feather. So she's got the bantamweight and the featherweight strap right now. And she's killing it, man. She's killing, bro. So she's got good wrestling, as you saw in her last fight, and obviously you're not going to question her striking. So, dude, she fight like a dude.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said male or female. She's probably the biggest draw in MMA right now, male or female. I think easily.
Draw? I don't know about
you
draw.
Got what?
I don't know about draw, but in terms of talent,
she
draws, but I wouldn't say she's the biggest draw.
Okay, so outside of your boy Connor,
why is my boy Connor? Habib probably draws better. Who else can draw?
I don't know if he's a draw. I don't think he's a draw.
John Jones draws better, or draw better than Nunes.
Okay, so we're gonna say Connor because it's
Connor for sure.
Which I don't know if he's even another. I don't know. Anyways,
Max Holloway, he draws pretty good.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Max?
So we got John Jones. I'm talking about so Connor, John Jones.
I mean, you look at the top pay-per-views. Izzy is probably the biggest draw right now, and that's why he's on the main event.
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely probably the biggest.
So Izzy's a draw.
Yeah.
I mean, heavyweights. You got in Stipe.
Stipe is not a draw.
He's not a draw.
No, he's not a draw.
We already know Usman's not a draw for sure.
Oh yeah, that might change soon. But yeah, right now he's not. He's not.
Right. So I mean, she's up there, bro. I think I'd put in like top 3, top 5, man. She's in there. As far as draw goes,
I want to see what her top pay-per-view is.
Might against Ronda Rousey. What is it? UFC
has to be against Rousey, but at the same time, when you think about it, it's probably because of Rousey, right? Let's see.
Right. She was kind of she wasn't necessarily unknown, but that was definitely her coming out party.
Wow. When you look at the top pay-per-view buys just in general, I mean, boxing, UFC, whatever, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, not surprising. Right. Mayweather versus McGregor was second.
I knew that was
third.
Up there. Yep.
Top draw is Habib versus McGregor. Not surprised by that. Then Mayweather versus Canelo. So let me Mayweather has probably the top 5 most draws pay-per-views of all time. Okay, so here we go. So in terms of female, Nunes versus Rousey. So she has the top female. She's probably the top female. Well, she's a top female draw, no doubt. But it's proven here where UFC 207 was the highest drawing pay-per-view for female main event. So there's that, and let's see what else. Right. And then from there, so Tate versus Nunes, that's there. It's not really in the top anywhere, but that's the second. So yeah, when you look at it, you're right. When you look at it in terms of the female division, she has the top 2 biggest pay-per-view draws. Let's see, what's the next one?
Okay, and one's debatable that you could say Rousey carried that. And I'll give you that. She did,
but see, at the same time,
that was her coming out party though.
Yeah, like in WWE, right? When somebody's about to leave and they lose, and then just to create the next star, kind of like that. I mean, it wasn't scripted for that, but that's what happened. Rousey came in. The whole focus was Rousey. Nobody cared about Nunes in that whole fight. They were talking about Rousey
because everybody thought she was gonna
And they saw what Nunes did to her, and whoa, then that kind of. Nunes kind of blew from there.
Right.
But she already had the talent. Right. She already had the skill.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure I know who you're picking for that fight.
I mean, yeah, I think that's easy consensus. Now, what the main event fight, that's what I'm torn on. I don't know.
I'm torn on that too, man. Izzy is a minus 230 favorite. Yohn is a plus 185. So it's pretty close, kind of. My main thing is it's just hard to really predict because Israel's never fought at 205, and from what I've been,
and he's saying he's staying at 185
natural weight, which might be good because I think a lot of people that do fight in their natural weight actually perform well because they're not depleted, but at the same time, just hope that he's been training hard enough, which I don't doubt. So he's got the tools, man. Yohn, I don't know. I kind of feel like Yohn's kind of getting slept on, though. I'm not gonna lie, because dude hits hard. He's just flat-footed, right?
Yeah,
he's super flat-footed. So when he fights, he's not moving around that much. So if he goes in and hits Izzy, and Izzy's a great counter puncher, he'll just dodge it.
Because he knocked out Buddy. He knocked out Buddy to get that 205 vacant title. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Paulo
Costa said he was drunk. Remember? Did you hear that?
I mean,
he said he drank too much wine.
Oh, I'm not talking about Izzy. I'm
talking about Yohn. You're talking about Yohn. He beat Reyes. He beat Reyes.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
Which was impressive.
I don't know.
We'll say
it was very impressive, but
some people thought when Reyes fought Bones that he beat Bones, and I remember at the end of that fight, I was like, "Yo, Bones is about to have an L." I swear I was like, "Whoa, he might get an L." And then when he got it, when he did it, I was like, "Okay," but that's how close it was. And Yohn just knocked the dude out.
Right, smooth out.
Like,
so
yeah,
I get it. I'm not. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Izzy wins. I think that's what the consensus is. But then again, if he loses, it's not a bad loss.
Yeah, that kind of kills everything
You think it
though. He
is?
obviously, no, it just kind of
He's a
kills it.
draw.
There's so no. He'll continue to be a draw. I just think like storyline wise, you obviously know why he went to 205. He wants to fight
John
Bones,
Jones.
right? So and that has
Right.
a lot of fire behind it. So yeah, I
Right.
think everybody wants him to win for various reasons. Storyline reasons, obviously, right? Where all the
Right.
potential man. I don't know if he would stay. Here's the thing though. So he went to 205. Obviously, he wants to fight Bones, right? But it's like
Right.
if he doesn't fight Bones next, because Bones is going heavyweight, you see how big that dude is, dude. Bones
I
is
haven't seen him
jacked.
recently.
I'll show you in a minute. Can I show it? No, I don't know if I can show you in the pod, but go check his Instagram. Dude's getting jacked, man. He's getting to the heavyweight weight. So here's the
Right.
thing: if Izzy wins the 205 strap, is he
Does
gonna
he
fight
keep it?
again at 205, or is he? Because I know he said he's going back to 185 because he makes that weight very easy. So
Right.
they say he walks around. He says he walks around with like 195, 205 ish. So
Right.
it's an easy cut for him. So I don't know if it's
Right.
not Bones. Is he gonna? I mean, look at the light heavyweight division. It's kind of
It's a sorry division, bro.
whack.
I
It
think
used to be the one
it
that
was to be the
that-
bank. It was the
yeah.
staple mark because you had. I mean, think
It was all about
about
the
it.
killers, dude. All the killers were in
Rampage
that division.
Jackson, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell. Hell, even
Uh-huh.
Anderson Silva moved up there. Leota
Uh-huh.
Machida. It was it was what put UFC on the map was the 205
Mhm.
division. If you think about it,
Yeah,
Rick Franklin.
very true. Yep.
Like if you really honestly keep it a buck, 205 is what kind of put UFC on the map. Then you had this young phenom who just had it on lockdown for 10 years. So
Yeah.
like you got to think of it. You got to think of if you're an up and coming fighter and you see this monster, the boogeyman, who's just annihilating people over and over and over again, you're either gonna stay at 185, or if you're that borderline 205 and you don't really have to cut a lot, you're gonna stay in the heavyweights because the dude had that division on lockdown for so long to the point where it's trash. You know, the competition wasn't stuff. I mean, he's
Gap
had
is
some
too
wars.
big.
You got
Talent gap, just really far in between. Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on with Yohn. I mean, he's a good fighter, but I think with so many people not knowing who the hell this cat or anybody really in 205 was because John Jones was just that good. And that's not
Yohn's not young either.
Jones.
Yohn's 38,
Right.
38 or 39. So he's not a young buck, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
and he's had a little bit of a spotty record, but
Career.
he's been on a killing spree though.
He's been hot. He's been
Recently.
riding.
So that's the
Right.
thing.
He's been
It's
hot.
like that's what's hard. So yeah, this one I think is the hardest fight to predict. I really think it's
Right.
the hardest one. Yeah. What do you think? What's your prediction overall?
I think Izzy's gonna figure it out. And I think Izzy, as far as striking wise, this dude's probably the cleanest striker since Spider Silva.
Yeah, and he beat him too. So
Right. That's what I'm saying. As far we're talking like striking wise, as far as just being pure precision. He also knows how to play like the outpointing you. Like, he's probably not gonna knock you out, but he's definitely gonna hit those significant strikes. He knows how to play that game as well. So
he doesn't
I
hit
think
that.
he's
He
got
doesn't
more
get
tools.
hit that often. He really doesn't get hit that often.
There's that.
Only
So he
fight
has the
I
Floyd
remember him
Mayweather trade
getting
as well.
hit. I think he got hit in he got hit often in the Gastelum fight.
Right.
But I think he kind of brought that to himself. He's a defensive fighter, but he kind of went in there and just firefight. But he generally doesn't get hit that much. He can dodge shots pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see. Yohn is very flat-footed, but it's that one hit, that two hit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Izzy's gonna take a hit in a heavier division. They hit a little harder.
Right.
So Izzy's got knocked out one time in his career, I think, and that was in kickboxing.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know. Anything can happen.
We'll see.
But
Right. I agree.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, honestly, like I was talking to my coworker about this, and I was just looking,
Mm-hmm.
and I just go by feel now, man. I don't try to analyze too much, and
Right.
I have a feeling Yohn might pull it off, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I really do. I have
Yeah,
a feeling Yohn's gonna.
It's
pull
not a
it
bad.
off.
It's not going out on a limb.
No, I like Izzy more. I want Izzy to win, but I just go off of feel now, and because I've noticed that when I predict, like when I do predictions with my friends and stuff like that, I'm like,
Right.
I always go with, there's this. You're using either your brain or your heart, and more times than not, my heart always wins. Like whatever my heart decides is what actually happens. And right now I'm thinking Yohn's is gonna win. My brain thinks Izzy will win. He has all the tools. He's a better fighter. His striking is ridiculous. Yohn's wrestling really. I mean, he has wrestling, but he's not like a 5-star wrestler. So, and Izzy's really good at defending. So, I don't know, man. I kind of have a feeling Yohn will get it though. I think Yohn's gonna take it, but
that's a fair assessment.
I want Izzy to win. to make it clear, but I think Yohn's gonna win. That's just my feel.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Yohn wins, but I think we're all rooting for Izzy for monetary and storyline purposes for whatever the little bit of storyline.
He's more entertaining fighter, man. In the grand scheme of things, he's just star-studded, man, and he's got the skills to back it up. So he's the man.
Boy for UFC 4. Yeah, and I want that to happen. I'm down for it to happen, and we'll see what ends up happening. I'm really excited that this is one of the more stacked cards that I've seen in a while.
Even the prelims, dude. Dominic Cruz is on the prelims. Did you know that?
I saw that. Yeah. So
his main event on the prelims, which is a good spot for him. But it's crazy. He's on the prelims, dude.
Right. So I'm interested in seeing that. Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out.
All I know is I just hope it delivers way better than. Well, we're comparing Fight Night and a pay-per-view. Last weekend, dude, that card, it was a Fight Night card. It was just, bro, oh my God. It was just not entertaining.
I mean, I'm probably more of the casual UFC fan, so as far as fight nights and things like that, even though I did want to see the Black Beast fight. Was that last week?
Ooh, that was nasty. That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, like I don't know what I was doing, but you
didn't watch that fight?
I didn't watch it. I was doing something.
But Black Beast, dude, come on, man, you got to tune in.
I like him. Yeah. I support the Black Beast. He's funny, but yeah, I mean, nasty. Yeah, I mean, I watch I watch the UFC, but I'm not as much as I'm not as invested, I would say, as you are. But I'm copping this fight if that's for anything. I'm straight out buying it. Dana White better stop playing games this weekend. That's all I know.
I will say that mishap, it was because it was like, for anybody that doesn't know. So I bought that McGregor versus Poirier fight card, the pay-per-view, and it was all type of bonkers. At least out here in California, I heard. It was
skipping out here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Nevada, it was skipping out there because my boy bought it legit straight out.
But he bought it the day of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the problem, like a lot of people were saying that some people bought it like a week prior, right? And they didn't have issues. It's the people that bought it the day of or right at that moment where there was issues. It might have been maybe a server issue. Maybe
does it make though? Yeah, but what difference? I mean,
maybe because it was just so many people bought it at once and it just crashed it.
I guess.
Or some people were saying because Dana was like, oh, we're cracking down on the pirators and stuff that they got hacked. That was possible because I was literally in the ESPN app. I couldn't watch anything on there. It was saying that I think it said, oh, it's not, your login isn't available in your country or something like that. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, it was all types of whack. But I'm really not feeling the whole
shindig of him. I'm not really feeling him in the whole shindig of trying to go over to that digital platform of streaming it. I wish it was just on your cable bill,
dude. That day after I bought it and it wasn't working, I was like, oh, let me just get it on cable. I'm like, oh wait, I can't.
You can't. Like, exactly. It's ridiculous. I mean, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I'm kind of getting over all of these cable networks trying to move over to a streaming platform. Like I'm over it. Like it to me, it doesn't really. It's not saving money at this point because an average person probably, if you think about it like this. An average person spends about $120 on their cable bill alone, just straight up.
Yep.
So now we're going to throw in Netflix. That's anywhere between what, 12 to 15 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
$12. So even if you get the Disney, Hulu, ESPN package, that's another 12. That's $13. And let's just say you want to get HBO Max. I think that's $9. $9 or something.
$10.
It's 9. It's
10 or 15.
Like either 9,
it's 10 or 15, man.
9 to 15. Right. 9 to 15. Well, 10 to 15. and let's just say you want to add on the WWE network. That's another $10, even though they're
Who
moving
would,
over to
dude?
Peacock.
No, I'm just playing. Yeah. So yeah, there's
But they're
that.
moving over to Peacock. So let's just say Peacock Premium. That's either anywhere between $5 to $10 again.
Free for me. I think through Xfinity I get it for free. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it adds up.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Showtime,
I saw Paramount,
I don't know.
Showtime, Stars is another $10 or something like that. So you got all these different streams. Like at the end of the day, you back to paying cable prices. So the fact that people, I don't mean that, it just doesn't make sense. Like you might as well keep cable at that point. Like I don't
have cable still. I still have
I cable on.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense for me to ditch.
And I'm cool with it. And that's the problem. Like even like, so out here we have Xfinity, so it's like I have the bundle package. So I have the cable, I have the internet, and then I have so with the triple play, I used to have a home phone, but who the hell does home phones anymore? So I substituted that with the home security. So I have a triple pack there, and it's like I don't even know, maybe I pay like 200 or something like that, something like that. And the internet I have is fast, it's like 500 megabytes per second. So it's a fast internet speed. So when the contract expired like a year ago, I was trying to look at splitting it out, maybe getting Sonic fiber internet, something like that, or AT&T. I look at that route instead of cable, or look at the different cable options. They have PlayStation View, they have DirecTV Plus or something like that. Then they have like what's that one where they got the 2 packages? It starts with S, I think. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not too sure.
Let me look at it. But yeah, and then there were just different cable options. But then when I looked at it, it's like, wait, hold up. Oh, Sling TV. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but so yeah. But then it has to be $29.99 because like
starting off at
blue package. Yeah, there's like a blue package or something, and then there's an orange package, right? So blue package,
and the orange package is like
home network or something. It has has the the fun stuff, like stuff that my wife and I watch. Then on the other package it has sports. I'm like,
right.
Okay, so I have to buy both. Then it adds up. It's like $40-$50, right? Then the cable is a lot more, right? And everything when I added everything up, then home security, I was like, okay, let me hit up what's the good home security?
ADT or something like that.
I hit up ADT and it's like $60 there. End of the day, it's like the same price.
Exactly.
And
bro.
I gotta pay 3 different companies versus I just pay one company a month and I'm good. So I did look into that and I was just like, dude, this is not making sense. And that was a year ago. Now all these damn subscriptions are here and it really doesn't make no sense now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool, bro. And then not to mention, if you got a cable subscription, like you said with your Xfinity, a lot of the stuff they're already giving it to you for free for being a customer. So you're already getting all the streaming stuff for free. So I was watching something the other day and I was just like, I think Paramount, which used to be Spike TV, they're coming out with their own streaming platform. I was just like, bro, why? Discovery's got their own
Discovery Plus.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good off of it, man. It's just too much. It's too much going on.
I actually had to Discover Plus. I got the free trial just because I wanted to watch one particular show, Ghost Hunters. I think it's Ghost Hunters, something like that. I don't know if you've seen the Netflix documentary, the Cecil Hotel documentary. Okay, we'll talk about this next week. You have to watch it. I'm gonna show you it right.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow night or tonight. Yeah,
it's like a 3-part series. Okay, let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen. Oh crap, I'm not logged in. Hold on. Netflix Cecil Hotel. Watch this thing. It's bonkers. I mean, it does get kind of towards the end. It gets a little, but like when it comes to like the 3rd and 4th episode. But it's grimy. Here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. It's and make sure you watch it, man. We're talking about it next week. All right, right here. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Crime scene, the vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. Watch that. Okay. It's crazy, bro.
Okay.
I'll remind you on text later, and then you can tell me your thoughts on
I'll probably
next
watch
week's
it tomorrow.
podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can run that, and then we maybe talk about a little WandaVision next week.
Oh yeah, man. I don't even know how many more episodes, but it's getting spicy.
It's 8. It's finally getting it. Yeah. So it's finally getting there.
Yeah.
It took a while.
It took a while, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ride.
The last 3 episodes finally. I was watching it, and anybody knows me, I don't watch TV shows at all. So this is like the only TV show I watch. Yeah. I was like, man, why am I watching this stupid ass show? Like, I watched the first couple episodes, but I was just like, okay, usually I'll give it a couple episodes and I'm like, I'm good. I'm done. But I continued to watch it, and then bam, I think it was episode 5. Yeah, if this is episode 8, that's just episode 5. I was like, okay, I see they're onto something. Like they're finally making a U-turn, and like when you're starting to hit that U, but you're not coming out of it all the way. Yeah, that's where I was at. I was like, okay,
they were making that U-turn real slow.
yeah. So I was like, okay, I see where you're going with. So I'll stick around. So yeah, I mean, and finally episode 8, I was like, okay, I'm sold. I'm game. Yeah. So and Winter Soldier and the Falcon is coming out this month.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna watch it. I just don't know. But I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
Okay. All right.
Every time I see that dude, I think of Papa Doc.
True. So there's that. There's that. So we can find you, man.
You find me in the same place as always, is on the Instagram. I am Mike.O.
Find me on the gram at Money Compton. That's it.
Simple enough. That's it, man.
Back next week.
Hey, until next week, Cecil Hotel. Watch it, bro.
Text me. I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
Peace.
Out.